Pittsburgh Steelers Nation, what's happening? It's your boy Tate for another Wednesday. Wednesday at noon, Tate's Tate. Just here to share some thoughts and stuff I had about the week that was the Steelers past week. Some coaching thoughts, some trade deadline thoughts, some upcoming next game up thoughts. We'll get into some of all that real quick, real brief. Give some of you folks time to tap in for about another 60 seconds or so. So, anybody that's with us right now in the live chat, the homie J. Steve. What up, fam? What's up with you, boy? Hope everything is good, man. Fee, good morning to you, boo. What's happening? How you doing? Thanks for tapping in with the homie, with the know-it-all that knows the most. At least in my opinion. But I'm sure Big G and Mod and Pay and B Dirt and everybody to tell y'all that, Judge for yourself, though. Watch the shows and judge for yourself. But, yeah, so hope everybody is good. Yesterday's trade deadline was a semi-disappointment, but I get it. We'll get into those thoughts. 901 fan, Reg in the building. What up with you, man? So with them volunteers down there, man, they made it in the top 25 playoff poll, I see. I think they was actually number 25, 24. It's actually a short distance when geographically speaking between Ohio and Tennessee. But, man, in the playoff rankings, we a world apart, man. E-Dub, E. Williams, what's up with you, fam? Thanks for tapping in, man. We're going to get some Steelers talk real quick, Steelers talk. No Diddy on that real quick. Chat General, the homie Afton in the building. Afton, what's happening? Thanks for tapping in. Glad to have you back from your long road trip. Well, you've been back, but just good to know you're probably somewhere close to home if you're not home. Tim Lyons in the building. Yo, family, you. What's up, man? What is happening? I think the Bengals have a bye this week, right, Tim? Right? We'll talk about that more on the homies Friday night. That's what we can do right now. Be productive with your time, Tate. Real quick. So, yeah, this evening we have Smash the Gas, myself, Big G, and Curb. We'll be talking about the trade deadline stuff. Did the Steelers miss an opportunity? Do we understand them not trading picks? Now, I think the market was high for whatever you wanted. There are only 7 actual trades yesterday. The worst teams were sellers, right? I mean, we saw the Saints trade away, the Dolphins trade away, the Jets trade away, the Bengals trade away. I think the Bengals, they're not like the worst team. They're just injury situation in that defense. If Joe Burrow was ready to go, they'd be all in, and I'm sure they'd be buyers. But yeah, so check in tonight. Smash the gas 7:15 p.m. Out of that, we go into Pump Your Brakes. The homie Big G, the triple G, Shannon White, and myself in the building. And we'll be talking about the defensive improvements, potentially talk about what the addition of Asante Samuel could mean if the Steelers make that move. And the fact that they didn't spend any draft capital, I think that can be viewed as a good thing, right? I think we need a receiver, but you keep your draft picks, draft a receiver next year in the draft, roll with what you got this year. MVS could be upgrade, has a familiarity with Aaron Rodgers. And averaged like 22 yards a catch last year for the Saints. Small usage, maybe like 6 games. Friday night, we have the homies. We'll do our pick'em show. Tomorrow is the know-it-alls big noon pick'em, where we'll make our picks tomorrow. So, yeah, tap into some of all that stuff. Okay, who is that? Is that Chris Sop. I don't want to mess your name. I don't want to do a Big G. Let's pull the comment up so I can. Chrisophist. What's up, Chrisophist, man? Thanks for tapping in, man. What's up, Yinzers? It's MVS time. Guaranteed they will ramp him up to play on Sunday. That's a thought. Coach T said in his press conference the other day he's still on the practice squad. Tried to dismiss it, so to speak. Just a practice squad guy right now. But the familiarity, like I said, with Aaron Rodgers, he could see the field tomorrow. And the fact that he's 6'3", 6'4", still has speed, still can get vertical, that could help open up the offense over the middle for a lot of routes for DK, Calvin Austin over the middle, Muth, John New, those tight ends. We know what those tight ends are about. We need John New to catch the ball more, though. But, yeah, let's tap in real quick, talk about what we're here to talk about. First off, I just want to talk about, give kudos, big props. We'll get into it more this evening. I wanted to give kudos and big props to the Steelers' defense last week. And if I'm giving big props to the defensive players, the defense, we had to check out our two-minute warning going into our post game. We go live at the 2-minute warning, maybe a little before if it's a good day. And Afton is on that with us, myself, Afton, Curb, and Big G. We'll be there. It'll be late, but we'll be there this Sunday evening after that Chargers game. We're going back to Cali. Shout out 1997, 96. Biggie Smalls going back to Cali. But yeah, so back to the defense. I feel like we give the defense credit. We got to give defensive coordinator Teryl Austin credit. They made several adjustments and changes last week. They created 6 turnovers. The pass rush was dominating. They had 5 sacks. I'm looking at my notes here. Jalen Ramsey, as indicated yesterday in Mike Tomlin's press conference, played the majority of his snaps last week at free safety. He did move around, but he played the majority of the snaps at the free safety position. That's good, and he could stay there potentially. Now, I think if and when Deshaun Elliott gets healthy again this year still, I think we're looking at that 3 safety package that we've been looking for a while now. I think a safety package of Jalen Ramsey, Deshaun Elliott, and Kyle Duggar. Man, you're good against the pass. You're good against the run. I think in that situation, Duggar plays strong. I think Jalen Ramsey goes to the big nickel. Maybe you keep Jalen Ramsey at free unless it's 11 personnel. But because we saw Jalen Ramsey took Tyler Warren completely out the game the other day. He's been having a really good rookie season too. I mean, him and Emeka Ibuka for Tampa Bay and Warren probably would be the favorites for rookie of the year, perhaps. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, so in my opinion, perhaps so. But yeah, Kyle Duggar was a viable acquisition. We traded for him a week ago yesterday. And we had to make that trade the trade deadline. Will we still look at this trade deadline as a missed opportunity and a disappointment? I think you got to give that some consideration too, right? Because we did make that trade last week, and we saw this past weekend that it was impactful. It was an impactful decision. So I like his addition. What else did we do as far as the defense? We kind of simplified our coverage, played a lot of too high coverage, and you can confuse people with too high. I mean, I think the scheme we were using prior to last Sunday's game was a Teryl Austin scheme. Keep in mind, he comes from a defensive perspective and mindset of a defensive secondary coach, just like Mike Tomlin. They want to mix up coverages and play, but the Steelers had a talent just to play head up, man up, play those guys head up. You got all these players. You got Jalen Ramsey, you got Duggar back there, you got Joey Porter Jr. I thought Darius Slay played much better. I think he had his best game of the season. That's not the bar is low. The bar is low, but Jalen Ramsey played a great game. Darius Slay played his best game of the season. So they mixed up those coverage, playing a lot of too high. They shut Jonathan Taylor down, shut that run game down. That is huge. That's what got the Steelers into being able to put the Colts into those passing situations. Keep in mind, our other great defensive performances were against the Minnesota Vikings in Dublin. I believe Carson Wentz probably passed the ball over 40 times. I don't remember exactly. Then we followed that up with the game against the Browns. Dylan Gabriel passed the ball like 55 times. And that is allowed to happen. And with that, you get more splash because the ball is in the air more. Except to get more interceptions. The quarterback is dropping back more strip sacks, more sacks just in general. So when you stop the run, when you smash the run and get the offense in predictable situations where if it's 3rd and 8, you pretty much know they got to pass. You get to get after the quarterback. You get to play zone coverages and face the quarterback and look at the ball. I mean, so many things you can do, and it all starts with stopping the run. So I think a lot of those schematic changes are doing part to the overall collective of the defensive coaching staff, but we give Teryl Austin and Mike Tomlin a hard time when it doesn't work. It's like we got to give them credit when it does work. So shout out to them. Just keys to the defensive performance last week. They dominated the turnover game 6-1. And honestly, the score was 27-20. Anytime you get 6 turnovers to 1, it's like the 5 turnover game against the Patriots. And keep in mind, the Steelers have won 2 of their wins are against the 2 top seeds in the AFC as it stands right now, as far as playoff positioning. The Colts and the Patriots, 4 losses between them, 2 of them to the Steelers. This team, if they haven't put a whole game together yet, it's either the offense played well and the defense let us down. The other day, the defense played well. Even in the win against Cleveland, I think we scored, was it 23 points? Like, Cleveland's defense is good, but, you know, if we played games, we get like last year, teams averaged 20 points against us. If we get back down in that range, we'll be in every game. Because the offense, what it has been in the past that it is now, is capable. It's not great. It's not explosive, and it won't be explosive because we didn't make a move for a wide receiver yesterday. But I'm kind of coming around to seeing that could be okay. We'll talk about that in just a second. But yeah, but if we play a complete game, all 3 phases of the game, offense plays well, possesses the ball. I don't think the Steelers have had a time of possession is advantage in any game this year. But if we can get the running game going clean, offensive line playing with some continuity, give Jaylen Warren 20 carries at least, see what that looks like. Therefore, he controlled the game. I'm okay at the short passing game right now. Maybe, like I said, MVS stretches the defense to allow the opportunity to take some shots, long crossers over the middle and stuff like that. Deep digs and comeback routes. Like the potential of that from the offense. I like the 3 tight end. I like 13 personnel. I just think we need to possess the ball more. That benefits the defense. You keep the defense fresh, keep the offense off the field, then some of these opportunities offenses are having to go against our defense is limited. The defense is much fresher, able to keep them. We put more points up. We're putting the opposition in a space they got to score points, and to score points most of the time, especially if you get behind, you have to pass. So, man, now we get to hunt, right? So it's that part of the game I think is important offensively. I'm pleased. I talked about Teryl Austin. Pleased with Arthur Smith also. In the game the other day against the Colts, that first pass, Aaron Rodgers, and Shannon says this a couple times now, I've heard him say, early in the games, Aaron Rodgers is overthrowing guys. And he did kind of overthrow Jonnu Smith that first play of the game. But to me, that play right there to open up the game, because the Steelers took possession of the ball to receive the ball, because we're going to come out and make a statement, right? We're going to go down the field and score, put our defense ahead. That didn't happen. We were 3 and out. But that first play of the game where Jonnu Smith, he could have caught that pass, though. Now, I'm not, Aaron Rodgers did slightly overthrow him. He put it on his chest in the numbers. He catches it and probably runs for another 20, 25 yards. Field goal position automatically right there. But, yeah, so offense, just play a clean game. We've had good drives. We're good in the red zone. but just play a clean game in totality. 60 minutes of clean football. Defensively, that the offense doing that helps you be off the field, be fresh, get after the quarterback, get a lead. And the special team, I think Danny Smith has done a great job with the special teams so far this year. Really pleased with the special teams. And the kick returner, the practice squad caller, Williams, can't remember his first name. Is it Keyshawn or something like that? But yeah, he's going to take one to the house one of these weeks. Watch what I tell you. I like it. He has some explosiveness and some wiggle to him. So I like to see that. And just, I mean, Boz is Boz, right? Waitman's been a great punter. I like them keeping Wakeman. I call it that back at the end of the, cut down from 90 to 53 over Cameron Johnston. Johnson is somewhere. Where's Johnson punting at? I can't remember what team he's playing for right now, but Waitman's having a better season than Johnson. So we have the players. Only I'd say the worst, not the worst. Worst is a bad way to go about it. The most challenged position room on the Steelers would be the wide receivers. We need more from them. Maybe that can be drawn up some by Arthur Smith and Aaron Rodgers can come up with something to get the wide receivers more involved. We'll see this weekend. But yeah, so across the board, coaching wise, thought Mike Tomlin made good decisions this week. He won a challenge. That don't typically happen. The guys came out motivated, ready to play in a big game. Got to give him credit for that because I give him all the credit for when they come out flat in the game they should win because he's known for that. That is a Tomlin special. It was called last week, but so is being an underdog against a team that's favored is been Tomlin special too. So no Diddy, but it goes both ways, right? The defensive performance, Teryl Austin's involvement in that, and the offense. Offense was this week again just capable, competent, but they scored 27 points. He took advantage of the turnovers. But, if we just can clean things up, put some drives together when there's not a turnover, kind of control the game from a time of possession perspective, I see good things for this team. So with that being said, real quick, let's look at some of the comments real quick. I got to back it up. Tim said, you guys, Bengals do have a bye week. This week, I guess Fee is telling us Steelers and Chargers, Ravens versus Vikings, and Browns versus Jets. That is the lineup. We'll check out the homies on Friday night. We'll talk about all those games. Tim said we still lose with Burrow and still be 3-6. Yeah, because the offense is performing, man. Offense is definitely performing, but maybe like you put up 42 the other day with Flacco. Maybe with Burrow, that's a 52 ball though. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I get it. Let's see. Christoph he said, "What's up to you, Yinzers?" Fee, come on, Tate. Arthur Smith plays aren't that deep. Run, pass, jet sweeps, then mix it. No, I agree, but Arthur Smith's system in play calling is about consistency, right? He wants to get everybody you never know week to week who's going to lead the Steelers in. I mean, I'm pissed the other day, the few carries that Gainwell got. I'm expecting a big game from Jalen Warren for my fantasy team. Arthur, you messing this up, dog. You know what I mean? Let Jalen get his touches. He had 31 yards on 14 carries. But I got to credit the Colts defensive front too, man. Mike Tomlin alluded to that yesterday too. Up front, they got Grover and DeForest Buckner, Zaire Franklin in the middle with those safeties back there that's been there a while. So they look good. So what up, Dre in the building, homie? Dre in the building. Mark Malone, what's up, bruh? Gene Smith, what up, Gene? But yeah, so now back to the call up on the live chat. But far as no trade, right? The Steelers, like I said, we talked about Kyle Duggar's acquisition last week. If that was this week, that was yesterday. We look at this like it's not a epic disappointment, right? Because we made a move. And I think Omar Khan was committed to, and Big G has said this, Omar Khan was committed to not making a move just for the sake of making a move. Would I have maybe gave a 4th round pick for Jacoby Myers? If I got a couple of them, I think the Steelers do. I probably do. Makes your offense better this year. Get you another big body wide receiver out there that's blocking, that's also a capable pass catcher. Because we know when Skoranek is out there, yeah, he may have 2 receptions this season, but we know that pretty much signifies run. You get a guy like Jacoby Myers out there, he can block and he can receive and good in the short to intermediate routes. You know, you don't know what they're going to do at that point. I would have gave a 4th round. Jacksonville acquired him. They gave up a 4 and a 6. But see, Jacksonville feels that urgency right now. They have their $150 million quarterback. Well, $50 million a season quarterback. Just a moment, sorry. Yeah, they have their guy at quarterback. Okay, yeah, Cameron Johnson is with the Bills, Fee. Thanks for telling me. Mark Stewart in the building. Shout out, Mark, Steeler Nation, to you, man. We appreciate you being here in the KnoItAllz Nation. Rocking with us in our Steeler Talk, Tate's Take. But yeah, so no, I wouldn't have given him a 4 and a 6. You know what I mean? He wants a new contract. He'd be out there after this year. Who else went yesterday? Oh, man. I'm guessing Seattle acquired Raheed Shaheed. Ken McNair, what up, homie? Thanks for tapping in, man. Appreciate it. We can get out here in about next 10 minutes. Raheed Shaheed from the Saints went for, who was also a potential target for us, went for a 4th and a 5th. And that right there, I believe, I don't know for certain. I'm guess speculating. I'm sure I'm probably right. That means he's under contract control, right? Because I think of the two, I think Jacoby Myers is a better receiver right now. Shaheed's probably a little younger, a little faster. That may be what the Seahawks need. The Seahawks are looking good now too, man. With Jackson Smith and Jib out there, they got that boy who I would have liked. Now, Steeler Nation, fourth round. This kid was still on the board. Torrey Horton out of Colorado State. Been showing up for Seattle this first half of the season. Scored a touchdown against us, or 2 maybe. Scored 2 the other day against the Commanders on Sunday night. Or that was Monday night. That was Monday night. But yeah, scored 2 touchdowns. We got Jack Sawyer. We could have had him at that same place. What do you guys think? Would you have took the receiver, Torrey Horton? Was that like pick 120 something? Or do we like Jack Sawyer? I like Jack Sawyer. Not just because he went to Ohio State. I think he's part of a good rotation. Man, Horton would be valuable too right now, but I think long-term wise, Jack Sawyer is the better way to go with the decisions you have to make with Highsmith coming up. And Highsmith played well the other day too. Got to give him a shout out. Let's see what the homie Ken is saying. Fans need to think of these draft picks as players. Would you take Jacob Myers for Nick Herbig and Mason McCormick? Nah, not at all, because them was 4th round picks. You right about that, Ken. You know, and Big G mentioned that too. I certainly agree with you. There's value in the 4th round. You can find, players in the 4th round. Calvin Austin's a 4th rounder too, I believe. Pretty sure. But yeah, so and they're controllable in way of salary, right? You bring rookies in, you're not paying. You get impactful rookies for cheap. Jacoby Myers was going to cost the rest of his contract this year, which I don't know, might have been prorated. We might have had another $5-6 million left halfway through the season. He may have been playing for like $12 million this year. So you trade that draft capital away. Jacksonville traded a 4 and a 6. And, they're going for it now. Like I said, they got their quarterback. We have a quarterback too, but we're not paying them like that. Hopefully, as it looks right now, Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Afton says, but you don't know what any given pick will turn out to be. You know what you're getting with the guy who's been in. You're right about that, Afton. But again, cost control, the fact that he wants a new contract after this year and he'll be a free agent. I mean, so you do give up a 4 and a 6 to bring him in for a rental. We did that last year with Mike Williams. Now, the one move I may have made because of Arthur Smith offense You know how this guy's looked this year, kind of in a bounce back year, but he only has the rest of this year on his contract. But we did the same thing last year when we got up a fifth for Mike Williams. I potentially would have gave up a fifth for Deebo Samuels from the Commanders. With Jaden Daniel being hurt, I think their season is probably effectively over. They're selling. They got Deebo this past offseason for a fifth-round pick. What the Commanders want their return on investment back, and since we know this season is going and we're starting over, Deebo was only with us for 1 year, signed for 1 year anyway. If we just get our fifth back, you can have him, Steelers. He fits the Arthur Smith system. You know, I might have been willing to do that one. But if anything else, I was only spending big. There was talk about, obviously, Chris Olave, Jalen Waddle, some of those guys. There was late talk about Garrett Wilson. And like the Steelers, they say, the rumor wire says the Steelers made a call for Marvin Harrison. Yeah, that one happened after Monday night's performance. Tuesday, the Cardinals like, oh, no, we got something. We're going to run this back. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Ken says, fact, CA3, Martavius Bryant, Vince Williams, AB. Are you saying those? They're okay. You're talking to Afton. Yeah, those were all later round picks too, though. So, yeah, man. But there would have been just a rental. Jonnu and Deebo, that's what I'm saying. You get multiple chess pieces on offense, right? I mean, Calvin Austin could run a jet sweep, and if he breaks out, he got the speed to go. I feel like with Deebo, he can be physical with it. He can be in addition to the run game. You can throw him little short wide receiver screens from the slot, and he can run into people and be part of that physical Arthur Smith blueprint. Arthur Smith wants to run with the physical style offense, the big personnel, the jumbo packages, DK Metcalf on one side being big, Jonnu Smith. I mean, like, I could see it working for a fifth-round pick is all I'm saying. I'm okay that they didn't get him, but I would have spent the fifth on that. But yeah, so we can't complain that we didn't get a receiver. Receiver's been a question for a couple of years now, but we go into the draft with all this draft capital. I'm hearing talk that, you know, if I got an early pick, if I got a top 5 pick, not a whole bunch of, but quarterbacks always are elevated, right? Quarterbacks are always elevating the draft because of the nature of the position, and you take shots at quarterbacks. You got a high first round pick, and you got a guy you think could be really good quarterback in the future. You take a shot at that guy, right? You go after him. It's like you throw darts and you hit. Especially when you're a bad team, you get continual. Now that can slow your progression if you miss 2 or 3 times in a row, because you know you missing out on other good players that would impact your team. Just guessing at quarterback. But the Steelers, we'll see what they do when the draft time comes. Right now, I'm not huge on a quarterback, but if somebody falls, the Steelers stand pat. But I want to see the Steelers, wherever they are, I want to see them make their picks. As of right now, I don't see a reason to trade up for anybody. I think the 5th ranked quarterback could, fall to the mid-20s. Maybe only 4 quarterbacks go in the first 20 picks. I don't know. That's it. I don't know. I think we talked about Arch Manning going to the season. I think he's going back to school. I like the kid out of Arizona State. My guy, what's my guy's name? Arizona State court. He just got hurt. He's out for the season, so he'll be back. Who else did I like? So Arch will be back. I think Lenore Sellers will be back. He didn't have a good year. Partly, maybe I was critical. I told G, I went Big G stats. I told Big G in a chat, because Lenore Sellers has been this guy. Levitt, thanks, Reg. Yeah, Sam Levitt. Love Levitt. This moxie. He got some of that Baker Mayfield energy, man, but he's coming back to school, I think. I think Lenore Sellers comes back to school. We already said Arch Manning. I'm not impressed with Nussmeier. I mean, these are all the guys at the top of the board. Kate Klubnik, he's in the abyss. I don't even know what Clemson losing and stuff this year. I don't even know if he can come back. He might want to. Let's see. Ken got a question. What's up, Ken? Ken says, Tate, why does Tomlin get all the blame when we lose, but when we win, if Arthur Smith, Aaron Rodgers, and come on, man. I don't even want to get in that right now. But we know what that's about, though. You know what I mean? We know what that's about. What they're trying to get rid of right now in way of healthcare. You know, it's called Obamacare. That's the only reason why people don't like it. I mean, it benefits a lot of people. People that are voting against it, cut off your nose and spite your face, trying to eliminate it, but not because I think because some people are ignorant and they just don't know, but they hear it called Obamacare and they like, nah, I don't want that. But nah, you need that. And trust me, you want it. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of it, Ken, for real, man. But back to the football of it all. Afton says ACA subsidized a broken system. There were more things they should have done. You're right, Afton. There's always more stuff that they should have done. And I agree with you. It was a broken system. Still broken. But that's because we can't come to a agreement. Like what's best. One side always wants to take out something that makes the bills and policies, and this is across not just healthcare, everything makes it better. And so every side both sides have to give concessions to the other side, and you meet somewhere in the middle, and that middle is a place where we can agree, but we still missing out on stuff, right? I mean, and because of that, the American people are missing out on stuff. That's true, Afton. Lobbyists do have too much money in corporations, insurance companies, pharmaceutical companies, too much of that going on. Shout out from the homie Damian Tate, who happens to be my brother. Thanks for tapping in. I'm guessing you must be on a lunch break at work or something, man. Shout out to you. As long as Coach Tomlin and the defense continue to mix up coverages and not play man-to-man most of the time, the defense will be much better. I agree. We thought we were getting Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, and Joey Porter Jr., and we're going to run this man coverage and get after the quarterback. Through the first, 5-3. Through the first 7 games, the Steelers had the third highest blitz rate in the NFL. And they tapered that back. I knew you was on lunch break, man. But yeah. But hey, Reds, that's little bro. I'm big bro. But yeah, man. Yeah, and that's what the Steelers players were saying. Coaching staff, well, that was an adjustment. Simplify the defense. And I've said for the past couple of weeks now, since all this was talked about, man, you don't got to confuse nobody. Just man up, not man-to-man coverage, but just play defense. You got talent. You got T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, Alex Highsmith, Derek Harmon, Joey Porter Jr., Jalen Ramsey, Peyton Wilson, Patrick Queen. Just play defense, man. We're not tricking you. F that. We're not tricking you. We're just coming at you straight up, for real. And that's what I think the Steelers need to get back to. Homie Jaime Carlo in the building. Shout out, Jaime, man. Thanks for tapping in real quick. But yeah, so my thoughts as far as the draft goes, Steelers got 5. It's projected right now with, I forgot where it came from. Steelers have 5 picks in the first 133 picks. You can get a lot of good players. They got 12 picks total, but 5 of the first 5 are in the first 133 picks. So you get your pick of 5 players out the first 133 picks. If that's a quarterback at one of them, that's a quarterback. But man, you can beef up. You can get your receiver somewhere in there. You can get another offensive guard, a tight offensive guard. You can get that DB, because I think Jalen Ramsey at some point is great to go full-time safety, free safety, being the chess piece, moving around, kind of like the Chargers' Derwin James does. I think that's next up because, right, when you get older at corner, you still can play corner, but you're going to play corner every down. That's Jalen Ramsey now, or soon to be, maybe next season. But you're still going to use them in different situations, situationally, though. Peyton Wilson said on Cam's podcast that they let him just be a football player this week and not think that much. That's why he had a great game. He did have a great game. 13 tackles, batted down ball, pass defense, and interception. That was catalyst into getting the Steelers that 17-point lead in like the fourth quarter, which allowed us to control the game. So, yeah, which is why I picked Peyton Wilson up in my fantasy football league. We play one individual defensive player I picked up Peyton Wilson because I think even though he's projected low, I think he's going to have a really, really big rest of his games the rest of the year because they're committed to him now, right? So, yeah, he's finally taking that second-year jump, and it's because you're simplifying the play calling. Let these dogs just go hunt, man. That's where I'm at with it. So, as far as the draft, we didn't trade anything, so we got a lot of options going into April draft season that's going to be in Pittsburgh. So, definitely like that. With that being said, man, everybody, I think I'm about done. We done reached like the 37, 38 minute mark of me just bloviating about the Steelers. As far as this week's game go, the Chargers picked up pinning offensive tackle from the Saints. Again, sellers. Sorry, team, sell. So I don't know if he'll be ready to play right away, but I think we have advantages with their two, because both their starting tackles are both first round selections they've made. It'd be like us playing without Broderick Jones and Troy Fautanu. So maybe the defense gets after him. They got the third string running back in. Man, we shut that down. Make Justin Herbert a passer. You know, if you get the opposition passing 65-35 because you shut down the run, your opportunity for splash plays and good defense go up, I believe. I think the Steelers built up a level of confidence defensively, and we'll see the impact of that from last week carrying into this week. I think we'll talk about these games later. Just wanted to touch on this matchup this week. With that being said, everybody, thanks for tapping in. It's your boy Tate on Tate's Take, Wednesday lunchtime edition. Later tonight, don't forget. Excuse me, I thought I hit mute and I coughed and I went to talk. I hit mute, man. What an idiot, Tate. But yeah, so again, tonight we got Smash the Gas, 7:15. We got Pump Your Brakes, 8:05 p.m. Tap into those shows tonight. For myself right now, and only myself, because nobody's here with me. It's your boy Tate. We're about to get out of here. See you later on this evening. With that being said, peace.
Let's go.
Mamba out.
Y'all come back now. Here.